it was something that was quite distressing for my children, who really wanted to go and visit Nan.
When Chris South's mother Judy was hospitalised last week, he made an urgent attempt to cross over from Victoria into New South Wales to visit her.
It was quite upsetting because we only live 40 kilometres down the road.
But under New South Wales rules, Victorian residents are only eligible for a compassionate exemption to travel if their relative is terminally ill or close to the end of life.
I spoke to the nurses in charge and they advised me that Mum was nowhere near end of days. It was exceptionally frustrating. I did go online and had a look on the website and understood quite clearly I would not be eligible.
Early on Saturday morning, Chris received a call from the hospital telling him his mother had died.
Oh, look, she was my mum, you know. It was probably the number one role model in my life.
In the days after his mother's death, Chris realised that the New South Wales rules only allow exemptions for people to attend a funeral, not to travel in order to arrange the funeral.
I spent a bit of time on Sunday trying to figure out how I may then be able to go and see her, try and arrange a funeral, try and see if I could maybe get some clothing and some possessions so that she could have them with her when she got cremated.
Judy was cremated yesterday in Sydney with no one in attendance.
Having that ability to grieve, pack people's possessions and even send them on their way with some of their possessions they may have wished for is of paramount importance. To abandon people and leave them to be buried in their hospital gowns is just not Australian.
It's very difficult for a doctor to predict exactly when a patient may pass away from a terminal illness or even a non-terminal illness. It's gazing into the crystal ball.
Late today, New South Wales Health told 7:30 that from midnight tonight, a new permit will be available allowing people to enter New South Wales on compassionate grounds.
These strict border closures are leading to suboptimal outcomes both on the economic side but also in terms of health and well-being.
The federal government wants things to change. They are proposing a hotspot system at tomorrow's National Cabinet meeting that will attempt to restrict travel based on COVID clusters.
Borders, in principle, within the Federation are not a good idea.
I live at Yorkley, New South Wales, which is just a little way out of Casino. We live on a small 5-acre farm. And I'm a lung transplant recipient.
In 2018, ALISON BATTISTUZZI had a double lung transplant. The operation saved her life, but her body struggled to adapt. She's required medications and treatment ever since.
The major risk with a transplant patient is our immune system is suppressed all the time. Myself and the majority of us have to go up to our clinic, which in my case is at Churnside, Brisbane, at the Prince Charles Hospital, every 3 months, and I have not been able to do that lately.
It's really clear to the AMA that we are going to be seeing the health impact of this pandemic for many years to come. Not just the long-term impacts of those that have been infected with the virus, but also the impact of a lack of normal healthcare, lack of normal screening.
I had 3 months medicines organised for my last clinic early August, which I didn't get to. I'm just worried about when I can get back up there and see doctors.
Queensland Health today told 7:30 that it never denies essential or emergency healthcare to those who need it, and that it encourages patients to continue seeking medical advice via telehealth appointments. Alison is receiving telehealth support, but she thinks it's inadequate.
You need to have the proper medical care to make sure everything is going right. And if you're not seeing doctors, well, how can you?
I think it's very important for the politicians, regardless of which state they're in and which border discussion they're having, is they need to step back and just think of what makes sense and what is compassion. Compassion is what makes us human.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.